Hi, everyone. Welcome back to HappyAF. That's happy, alcohol-free.
Oh, I'm Isabelle, and I'm HappyAF because I'm happy as fuck.
Yeah. And I'm Maxine. And thanks for listening and watching. This episode. We're gonna talk about Christmas.
The upcoming.
We're calling this Tinsel, Tantrums, and Truths. Because we're going to talk about all of those
You have
things.
the best names for stuff.
Oh, I love a bit of alliteration.
Last time was Liquid Joy, which was one of my
Okay, no. You're not ruining Christmas with your pornographic mind. Okay, so stop about that. How have you been? Let's start with that.
I've been super well. Although, since we're speaking of a show that's talking about non-alcohol things, I've been disinvited to 2 parties simply because I don't drink. So 2 occasions. One was my own mother. I'm like, what? So,
Wait, what? Shh. In the words of Alanis Morissette, Uninvited. Do you know the song?
Yes. No, it's literally, so people are having, let me set the scene up. So people are having wine tasting dinners. So my mother was going to a wine tasting dinner, and another friend of mine in Vermont was doing a wine tasting dinner. And then they tell me, you know what? I was going to invite you, but I forgot you don't drink. And I'm like, what am I, fucking chicken liver? My husband, I want to go to the wine tasting dinner and not drink the wine.
You see, I mean, it's just ridiculous.
I don't want, you know what I'm saying? But I want to eat the food, and I'll give the.
You're like, I can eat the food, and I can bring my own alcohol-free wine.
And
Thank you very much.
Not only that, it made me realize. Now that's a part where I might be a bit of a hypocrite. I don't even know that I'd like to go to a dinner where people don't drink.
Where the other people are not drinking.
I want people to be drinking.
You're like, I need you to drink, otherwise you're not interested.
That's right. Like, I don't want to go to a party where nobody's drinking. I want drinkers.
No,
just
I don't think
drinking.
That's true. And also, we're going to change that because next year we're going to launch the HappyAF convention, and it is going to be all alcohol free, and it's going to be amazing. But I mean, that's the whole point of this is us saying it's okay to go to anything and not drink. It doesn't like it. I mean, I guess a wine tasting situation,
no, but it's got food. It's got food. Listen,
but you're eating
80s,
exactly.
So thankfully, the 80s were in Montreal laden with cocaine, right?
Yeah,
and I came unscathed. I never did coke, as you can imagine. Thank the Lord, because I'd be probably peeling the beige paint of these walls, right? If I were on coke. This is me, like, not on coke. Imagine, I wouldn't even know what it looks like. But my point is, I was invited
also,
to
there's
every
nothing quite as bad as a coke hangover.
Basically, the cocaine people are more all-encompassing than drinkers, because they used to invite me to cocaine parties, even though I didn't do cocaine. And I'm like, so
you're
why
like,
can
why
it not
can't
be
I?
the same?
Yeah. It's going to be, because we're going to change it.
Why
That's what we're doing, one step at a time.
About their drinking?
First of all, before we need to get a drink.
Yes.
Right. Speaking of, we need a drink. Let's go. What the hell are you wearing? It is so beautiful. You look so fashionable. And obviously I am not right now.
Oh, you look cute as a button.
But let me talk about this sweater.
I knitted it.
You needed it.
I knit it. Like, with my hands, I took 2
You
needles.
knit it. You made the sweater you're wearing?
I made this sweater. And it was funny. I'm a knitter, avid knitter. And one of the things when I started knitting a lot, I used to think if both my hands are busy, I'll drink less. Didn't happen.
I feel like I could find a way.
Happen. And I remember that many a times, like the next day. So, you know, I said that I can keep down my alcohol, which I can.
Yeah.
But like my mom said to me, like, I never saw you drunk. And I was like, yeah, I was always drunk. You just couldn't tell. But my knitting would show. So the next morning, often I'd get up and be like, holy fuck. Like the last rose were like,
oh my gosh.
So I would have to undo all like.
I had 2 tells with that. I used to think when I would binge watch on a Saturday night or a Sunday night TV while drinking a bottle of wine. And then I would pick up the episode like the next week and I'm like,
you didn't remember.
I don't remember. I'm like, did I watch this? And then the other thing that was my tell was I love to write. I used to say I got super creative, which, by the way, is a complete falsehood. I thought I was way more creative and great at writing lyrics when I was drunk. And then the next day I would be like,
wasn't your pet?
I'm like, I can't read.
No, that's right. Like
my own writing.
It's
like they're all like blurred in together, and the writing is not even on the line anymore.
It's like,
Oh God, I thought I was,
That's so funny. That's happened to me too. You're like, oh, I need to remember this tomorrow. And you make a note and you're like, holy shit. How messed up was
Yeah,
I?
I am like, was I writing with my left hand? Like, it's
And then
completely
meanwhile, we're like,
indecipherable.
no. I kept down my alcohol very, very
Oh
well. Mind
my
you.
gosh. Well, hilariously, I decided I wanted to wear my Christmas
really
pajamas
cute.
today, since we're talking about Christmas, and I love pajamas. I mean, this is what I
Same.
look like. I would say 80% of December. I just like live in a
I'm in-
version of Hannah Anderson.
But you're cute.
Pajamas.
My pajamas not cute, but I live in it like 95%.
Well, and
of the
then there
time.
was the years where my children would allow me to dress, and Andrew would suffer through me making us all wear the same pajamas.
Oh, Jesus.
I know. It's just, it
So
was one of those
Hallmark.
American things
know.
that when I moved to this country, it was the same. It was holiday pajamas, which we didn't even have, never even knew that was a thing, and decorating the outside of your house with Christmas lights.
don't
And I'm
do that?
obsessed with, no, we don't do that.
Wait, they don't just Ireland
Certainly
or
not when I was
Europe?
growing up. No,
They don't
you
put
you
lights
do
and
a lot
stuff?
of decorations inside,
But not
like I
outside.
learned about American house dressing
Excessiveness?
from excessiveness. Call it that. And now every time I drive into my house, I'm like, is it too much? And the kids are like, well, you say that every year, yet you keep putting more. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, like Chevy
Right.
Chase.
Yeah.
That like those
That's
scenes.
your anthem.
That's
That's
and the
you.
Home Alone house with
That's
all the lights
funny.
outside. I'm like, that's my American dream right there. So the lights outside and the holiday pajamas. And I today I couldn't decide. I was like, either I'm going to wear my cozy Hannah Anderson pajamas, or I'm wearing something totally hideous. And you're going to laugh. I have this hideous skirt that I bought at, like TJ Maxx
right.
last year for a joke, going to an ugly Christmas
Sweater
party.
party,
So
yeah.
I had the ugly Christmas sweater, but then I was like, I'm doubling down. I'm doing an ugly Christmas skirt.
Oh, Jesus.
And it was amazing. It was green and it was covered in like pieces of tinsel and people's like little pom-poms and
my
bells
God.
and Christmas ornaments, little mini things all on the anyway, I took it out of
pretty cute, actually.
No, it's hideous.
But
It's
if you wear it up with a black top and black boots, I
maybe,
think it could put it off.
maybe, but no, I was doing an
Not in
ugly
that
Christmas
scenario.
sweater. I got it out of my attic today and I was like, oh, it's really wrinkled. I'm just going to throw it in the dryer and
Right.
steam it for
Oh,
10 minutes.
No. It's shrunk to nothing. It's all
No,
synthetic.
Forget it. It's not shrunk to
Melted.
nothing. It's now no longer one piece.
It's melted.
So clearly all the things were stuck on with hot glue. And so the hot glue.
Everything flew everywhere.
No, so the dryer just had a whole little pool of Christmas ornaments at the bottom of it. And then the
shit.
skirt separately. I'm like, all right, well, we're not doing
Well,
that.
now your dogs have a bunch of toys.
Oh God, no, they would like chew these and swallow them in one bite.
joking.
Let's have a drink. And this is Liquid Joy segment.
Yummo.
And this is one of my favorite Christmas drinks.
Tell
so
me.
this is called Christmas in a Cup.
Yummo.
And it is, do you know who Trisha Yearwood is?
Of course I do.
Yes. Okay. So
She's like some country
she's
singer,
an
right?
amazing
Yeah.
country singer, but she is also like a
popish.
foodie
Yeah.
person. So she's got recipe books
Yeah.
and I obsessed with her. Anyway, this is her collaboration with William Sonoma. It's called Christmas in a Cup. So the amazing thing about this is it's a great gift to bring to people
Right.
because you can drink it without alcohol or you
with.
can put alcohol in it
Correct.
too. And
Yeah.
actually, so I have options for you today. So we're going to start making this like it's a regular. Did I not bring I made a lovely orange slice. But
Oh.
excuse me, do you want to have a look at my ice? Look
I
how
know the little balls.
little.
Is that what that
Here we
is?
go. Here we go.
Little
Here
frozen
we
balls.
go.
Hey, they're not blue.
They are. Okay, so they are cranberry
Oh, the little cranberry
ice,
balls.
little cranberry ice cubes. Ice.
Ooh,
Well, they
this
are
smells
ice.
good. Drink
Doesn't
that
it?
straight up.
No, I couldn't drink that straight up. It's
I'm
way
gonna
too.
taste it
Okay, taste it straight up.
This is it.
I love it with a little zero sugar tonic.
It's good straight up, but it might be too much in your face.
Yeah.
So am I supposed to dilute it with
that's
this?
Fever Tree tonic, which I love.
Uh-huh.
Then there's this one, which is the Q tonic. Also love that. This is elderflower tonic.
Oh, well,
Great.
since I already took a swig of this one, I'm going to try
Okay,
this one.
so there you go. And so that is at Williams Sonoma, and I absolutely love this. I
Oh my
also put it
God.
in a little bit of
I'm
sparkling
a
water.
gardener. Aw.
Cute. That's a
If
little
you
like
never
gold
see it
spade.
again, you know where it is.
I took that, or I was given that at some like gala
That's
this
really
year.
cute. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers. Cheers. Isn't this delicious?
This
I mean, it
good.
is Christmas in a cup.
This is good. This is Christmas in a cup.
Love it. And you can mix this with an NA champagne, and it's a Kir Royale with a little Christmas kick.
Yes.
I actually also offer it to, like, when I have kids over, sparkling water, and you put a little,
Like a
and they
shirty
feel like they're
temple.
getting a
That's really
special
cool.
Christmas shirty temple.
Right.
Completely diverse. Also, I've had it with an NA gin as
How
a
was it?
martini. So good. So good. With a little bit of simple
We're
syrup.
going to have to taste some of those. I have some gins and I have some
Yeah.
tequilas. And I
Every
have some
episode, we're going to do
scotch.
something a little
Yeah.
different. So,
We're still drinkers.
It's delicious. I love it.
Very good.
So, Christmas.
Oh, boy.
I thought it would be fun to do a best and worst,
Ugh.
because who doesn't
Yeah.
love a best and worst, right?
I
When
love
you
that.
like go,
I like the worst, the best, because I like me a crunchy story.
oh gosh. So, worst
Christmas ever for
okay,
you.
let me do it. Worst and best Christmas. Do you want worst or best
worst.
first?
Worst is my favorite.
Okay, then we can crawl out of that gutter and feel better. So it was funny when I was thinking about this. I was like, wow, I have two, and it was really hard for me.
Give me both.
Let's go with the one that got
is like a
crowned
therapy session.
the worst. It is. So the one, and I was like, why does this one win out? And this one wins out not only because of the terrible drinking that ruined it. It was up there in the most epic hangovers of all time.
Oh, I hate
so
those.
that's what made me crown this the worst Christmas. So Christmas is, I love it. I love it so much. I start decorating like December 2.
Right.
And I deck the entire house out. Like
Right.
Andrew jokes, it's like it's like a Christmas store in the basement.
You
where
haven't
I
started
just,
yet? People have started
No,
before
no.
Thanksgiving.
I
You're
refuse
holding
to do it
off.
before Thanksgiving.
You're holding off. Okay, got it.
I refuse to do it before Thanksgiving. I'm also a stickler on the Christmas music thing. And
Got
obviously
it.
I sing a lot of Christmas
Right.
music. Oh, by the way, December 1st, my new single dropped. So
Oh,
please listen to that.
absolutely.
And then, I do Christmas. I do a lot of holiday music. My friend and publicist in New York calls me the Mariah Carey of the Northeast.
Oh, that's a great title to have.
I know. I would like to just, be up with
Mariah
theirs someday.
Carey
Exactly.
altogether.
I would certainly like her budget when it comes
Correct.
to performances.
Yes.
But anyway, I love Christmas. I love decorating. And we have so many traditions, right? That's what Christmas,
Yeah,
I feel like
right.
the tradition of the holiday is so amazing. And anyway, this one particular Christmas, I had one of my brothers was visiting me.
Remind me how many siblings you got again?
I have 3.
All
I have
brothers,
3. No,
right?
2 brothers, 1 sister.
Got it. And is that
and
the brother
so
that has a drinking problem that was
this,
visiting?
yes, this is the brother who is a recovering
got it.
addict.
Right.
Yes.
Recovering.
I
Okay.
believe he's
Recovered.
sober right now,
Right.
but we haven't talked in a while. That's a story for another episode. But on this particular moment, I mean, he's been in and out of recovery
So
for
difficult.
25 years, like
Right.
rehab facilities, treatments, all of these. At this point, he hadn't accepted that. So he was just on and off drinking every now and again. This occasion, he was drinking. So it was Christmas Eve, and
How
we
long
have,
ago are we talking?
so I want to say, not long enough ago that I've fucking forgotten about it. I would say the kids, we had just moved here. We had
Got
just
it. So
moved to
5, 6
Vermont.
years.
So no. I would say Gabriel was, so the kids were probably like 5 and 7.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, so maybe like 6 or 7
Yeah,
years ago.
So recently. Enough.
Like, I cannot remove it from my head though. And every time I think about it, like, it's one of those moments where like I get shivers all over my body.
Wow. So what happened?
So here's what happened. No, it wasn't that anything crazy happened.
No.
It's what happened to me
You,
personally.
right.
So we do all our traditions. We go ice skating with these family friends of ours. We have curry. Random tradition in our family that Andrew and I made, where we have either Thai curry or his Jamaican curry on Christmas Eve.
Oh,
Something
wow.
totally
Very traditional.
very Irish, very Vermont.
Irish and
It's
Jewish, too. I
well,
can
listen,
see
we
the
either
hybrid.
go to the Thai restaurant in town and pick up Thai food, or Andrew cooks a turkey.
So what do you do when you mix a
cooks a
Jewish and an
curry.
Irish? You get Thai, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happens.
And then Andrew and I are very big on making Santa Claus magic happen. And obviously the kids were young at this point, so we're down in the basement, we're getting everything ready. Then we read The Night Before Christmas by the fire in our matching PJs.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's a whole fucking Hallmark
Affair.
holiday
Right.
movie situation. Then the kids go to bed. Andrew and I are finishing up like whatever toys that we're building and things. And my brother and I are having a great time. And so, you know, we're drinking. We drank with dinner. We're drinking while we're getting everything ready for tomorrow. I peeled 10 pounds of potatoes.
Right.
Like it's all, everything's ready and everyone's excited and happy. And then something happens, right? And isn't this true of so many situations in your life? It's like,
So much.
where was the Rubicon? Where was the
cutoff?
Where
What?
was the past the
nucleus.
point of no return? So, and when I think back to this and just my drinking days in general, I am one of those people that would be so hyper focused, super productive, you know, manage to get massive amounts of things done that people would like, how are you doing that and you're just one person?
Right.
But then when I would stop and take a breath, my knee-jerk reaction in those situations is, now I can breathe, so now I have a drink.
Correct.
And so that like habit and that neural pathway that said relaxing means drinking was exactly what I was doing on Christmas Eve that year.
Right.
And I sat down and my brother and I, we opened another bottle of wine. Andrew was with us, but super wonderful, smart, sensible husband that I have, of course, is like, it's time to go to bed.
Right.
And I'm like, actually, no, Patrick and I haven't caught up in ages, so we're gonna.
Oh God. That's
Down
when
I
it
go
goes
to the wine
downhill.
cellar
Right.
and I get another bottle of wine.
Right.
And then it's still all fine, right? Right? Nothing has happened. Nothing bad has happened.
Of course not.
But as with all family situations, you throw more alcohol
And
into
it's
the conversation,
complicated.
and then we decide to
Shit
take
hits
a
the
walk
fan.
down memory lane.
Oh,
And
no.
then we start talking about how, and this is true for anybody, right? How I remember something and how you remember something do not have to be the same. It doesn't mean one of us is lying.
Correct.
My experience and your experience were just fucking not the
Completely
same.
different.
Anyway, it degrades into this relentless, he said, she said, you fucking did this, and then you did that,
And you
and
did
you
this when I
ruined
was
it, and you did
7,
that. And it, oh my God.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I'm
go
not
back,
kidding
way
you.
back.
It's
No,
going,
way
we
back.
went so far back. I was
It's
like,
stupid.
Now, do you think I remember any of the
Of
conversation?
course not.
I remember none of the conversation. The only thing I still do remember, and I kind of remember, I don't know which one of us, do you know the word snarky? Do you know? Right, snarky.
Yes, yeah.
So either I called him snarky, or actually I think he called me snarky. And then all I remember about that conversation is how that stupid fucking word kept coming back. Well, there you are, being snarky again. And then I think we got into a fight about the word snarky and what the word means. And being like, that's not what I meant. And that's not who I am. And that's not. Anyway, this goes on and on and on until neither one of us have any recollection of who we are or where we are.
You don't even know
what we're
why
doing.
you're arguing
No,
anymore.
we have absolutely no idea. So at some point, I have no recollection. I go to bed.
Right.
Santa Claus has come, and our children
He turned around
are
when you saw the
so
two
excited.
of you
He went right back
like,
up the
"Fuck
chimney.
that,
He
I'm
was
not coming
like,
in that
"Oh
chimney."
God, no." He's like, "No."
How did you guys when the next day you woke up and you went to breakfast, how did that work?
Breakfast. Let me just tell you. So I wake up having had what I imagine is 2 hours of sleep.
So you're still drunk.
Maybe.
You're not hungover
So I'm
yet.
definitely, well, no. I mean, I remember the next morning vividly.
Right.
Because I woke up, Andrew woke me up and said, it's Christmas Day. And oh fuck.
Right.
I'm so sick. I start crying.
Oh no.
Oh,
the whole
so
fucking-
bad. But then I've like 2 adorable children who are the center of my universe. I'm like, you got to get your shit together. So you now have to be the best actress that you have ever been, and you need to get your shit together.
And you feel
so
like
I
crap.
do, and I get out there and we do the thing and we video them opening their presents, and it's a whole exciting thing. And I get through about an hour and a half of that, and then I said to Andrew, I have to go and throw up. So I have to go in the bathroom.
When you watch the video, do you see that you were still drunk? Can you tell now?
I can,
in
you know, I just
retrospect?
have a face that is
Like
ashen.
like,
I have, it's just, it's so bad.
That's
Thankfully,
the
most of the
worst
video
feeling.
from that year is not on me. But I can't even begin to tell you what then happened to me that day. I said to Andrew, I was like, I can't do Christmas. I can't do it. I was like, my body is trembling.
Right.
I'm nauseous. I can't stop crying. And in a normal situation, in a situation like that, this is a moment where I was crying for my mother.
Right,
I was
right.
like, I need my
Someone
mom
take me out of my
to come
misery
in here
and help.
take over,
Right.
put me to bed, and just do Christmas. And I'm thinking at that time, my mom is up there looking down at me, mortified at how badly
she's
I
like-
have behaved. Although that's not her. She
Right.
would have been looking down thinking it was probably her fault that I ended up this way.
Right.
But I have an amazing mother-in-law.
Right.
And I was so embarrassed to do this, but I know how much she loves me. And I called her and I said, I stayed up all night drinking
Oh my God.
and I can't do Christmas. And by the way, she's Jewish.
She's Jewish.
So I'm like, welcome to hosting your first Christmas.
She's
okay?
like, wear that Santa costume. I'll do that. Where is it? What am I supposed to wear?
Well, she is so freaking amazing. She comes to every single Christmas,
That's
but I
funny.
host it. So she
Right.
came in, and the amazing woman that she is, she gave me a hug. She was like, you need to
She
go
did not judge
into
you for
your...
getting wasted the night
No,
before?
she is the least judgmental
She's
person
so
you've ever
awesome.
met. She's so awesome on so many
Wow.
levels. She said, go to bed, sleep for as long as you can.
Right.
Give me instructions of what the Jewish bubby has to do in your
For
Christmas
Christmas.
kitchen, and I will do it.
Right.
And she did it.
Wow.
But so I went and but you know how you can't sleep when you're that
No,
sick.
you just
so I'm
feel like
in and out of, I
crap.
keep waking up shivering. I'm like, I kept saying to
That's
myself,
like poisoning. That's alcohol poisoning.
this is the thing. So you're like, did
Absolutely.
you have breakfast? I was like, I
No.
might need to go to the hospital.
Right.
Like I
That's
don't
alcohol
even,
poisoning.
I was so poisoned. And then I got up and everything was great. And I had done a lot of preparation. So
Right.
there was a lot of stuff done. The table was set the day before, all of that. But I remember having to leave the kitchen or the living room
Vomit.
to cry.
Oh, boo.
To just go and
sucks.
cry. Do you know why? I hated myself.
Yeah.
I was so angry. I
Everything.
was so filled with self-loathing. I was so like, how could you
Plus the
do this?
The anxiety, as they call it, that anxious alcohol feeling, it messes with your cortisol. So on top of it, it's physical.
Yes.
It's not just
Yes.
the shit you've done.
Yes.
You're physically are going to be depressed.
Physically, I was so depressed. I couldn't.
That
It was
sounds horrible.
It was the worst. Now, you would think after a situation like that someone would say, you know what, I'm never drinking
Of course
alcohol
not.
again. But I did.
course.
The one thing I did learn from that Christmas Eve was I never, ever stayed up late drinking on Christmas Eve again.
But you do it on other occasions.
But plenty. I did it
course.
on plenty of other
Just on the
occasions. But I
24th.
never ever ruined Christmas with a
Right.
hangover again. But that one was pretty awful.
Man, I will say that. So I was telling Brooks about this, Brooks, my husband, the other day, you and I, and we've talked about that, are different kind of drinkers where you didn't have the off switch as
Yes,
much.
yes.
I had, that's why a lot of people were like, I never saw you drunk except my knitting, but I had an off switch, but my on switch was very early. So I would, coast all day in a
Yeah.
state of semi-drunkenness that is hard to tell. So I never had the alcohol poisoning. I did have several hangovers that were brutal. And since they did not happen on Christmas, I won't talk about those. But also I have had what you've experienced where how many times did I wake up thinking, oh shit, I drank a lot last time, but I feel pretty good. And then at 10 o'clock, you're like, oh no, now it's hitting because you were still drunk, right? You wake up,
Yeah.
you're like, let's go for a run.
Yeah.
And then at 10 o'clock, you're like, oh fuck, I don't feel so good, right? Because now it's
Right.
hitting. So I've had a lot of those.
Yeah.
But my worst Christmas, and I don't think it was, actually, I was going to say something about it. It depends like whose gauge you're going against. But again, I think family is always going to get involved in that. And because there's history and there's hangs and there's resentments, and especially when you're younger. So I have a brother and a sister, but I'm particularly close to my sister. She's the baby. I'm the oldest. Obviously, I look much younger.
Oh
than
my
she
God,
does.
I didn't know we're both eldest
Everybody-
daughters.
Yes.
Oh, gosh,
Anywho,
makes
so
sense.
we're very close now, and we were always, but in your 20s, I think you're still kind of becoming a young adult, and there's, in the context of getting back together with the family, like some things that you were mad about in the past, and
Yeah.
weird dynamics all spruce out. And there was two that happened that were very similar. One was actually like Christmas or Christmas Eve, I can't remember. And my sister and I, my parents went out to dinner. My brother married very young, so he kind of adopted his stepfamily my worst Christmas Eve story, like we were saying, might not have happened on the day, but it's always involves like family chemistry and booze, and you put all that together and you shove
Shake it up, and it's a Molotov cocktail.
Put a little pepper, boom, you got yourself a souffle. Anyway, so my sister had graduated from an MBA, and as I said earlier, like she's like my best friend, although it's not a best friend, it's a sister, so it's different, right? I don't think I'm her best friend, but it works for me. So anywho, and excuse me, and she had graduated. It was just around Christmas, and my parents were there, and she had rented a little lake house, and it was really, really cold outside.
Where was this? In Quebec?
In Quebec, yeah. And so we're like, and we're all in our early 30s. So when you think you're an adult, but you're still a kid.
Yeah.
So we make a fire, and there's not much to do. So we start drinking. Well, let's have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Right? It's
absolutely.
Fuck it. Right? So we have a glass of wine. And I know that in my case, once I have one glass, there's no stopping me.
Yeah.
Right? I have an off switch as the end of it. But there's no in between. The in between is a continuous line in my kind of drinking ways. And so, and obviously, if you're going to keep drinking, everybody else around you is going to keep drinking. So, and by the time dinner hits, I remember, like, this is what I remember that started the epic fight. Like, epic as in I fucking hate you. And like, now I'm crying. My sister's crying. My parents are trying to stop us. Like, doors are slamming. I never want to see you again. Like, snort and tears and all of that. And I think with my recollection, it started like my sister said, my dad said something, and apparently I rolled my eyes. Now, I don't remember rolling my eyes. Maybe I did. I don't think I did. It doesn't matter. But that
is what kicked
you
it off.
always roll your eyes, and like it went fucking sideways.
Oh my God. My dad used to say first to fifth, right? Going from first gear to fifth gear, there's no transitioning.
And it lasted from like 7:30 till like 10 o'clock. Like,
and so here's the thing, right? If there were no alcohol involved, that would have been a quick disagreement.
That's it.
And it would have ended.
That's it. It would have been like, you always roll your eyes, and I've been like, fuck off. And she'd be like, fuck you. And that would have been the end of it. Hey, pass me the gravy, right? Like, done.
Yeah,
they just went
it's because you're no longer rational.
Stupid. And like, I'm calling I went, like, the doors are slamming. I go to my room. I call my husband in tears. I have to take a flight the first thing the next morning. So now I'm going to bed pretty drunk, I'm pretty sure. I wake up at like 4 a.m. to catch a flight because it's a little bit far. You know, that sweaty that you can't fucking take off your, and then that's another thing too. Like the other day, I had to get up at 3 a.m. to go get a flight for business, and I was in a hotel, and I come to take a shower, and the shower, how do you call those things for hot and cold water? The faucet stayed in my hand.
I mean, for the people watching right
I'm
now,
like, feeling good. So anywho, so they stayed in my hand. I couldn't take a shower. And I remember telling Brooks, thank God I'm off the sauce, because you never feel gross getting up. But you know when you've been drinking the night before and you have to wake up at 3 or 4 a.m, you feel like
No. Those are the actual worst. You know what I love about now is that I have had those days where, like, I have so many projects going on right now, and my brain is just on overload in the best possible way.
Correct.
I'm like, oh, we're doing this, and then I'm doing that, and then I've got this show, and then I've got this album, and it's so many things. But sometimes I wake up, and Andrew laughs. He was like, it's the middle of the night.
Right.
This is not a legitimate time for you to get up. But I will happily get up sometimes at like 4 o'clock and be like, and I'll be tired by the end of that day.
Sleepy.
But there's something so different. And even going out some nights, and I will still go out and be like, oh, way past my bedtime, then I'm going to bed. Or, as we talked about, people leaving my house and I'm still cleaning the dishes at midnight. And I will only still sleep for 5 hours instead of my usual 8. And I will be tired the next day, but not hungover. And it's like, tired is fine.
Tired is fine. Hungover, like now, like, and that's what I was telling also someone the other day. Like, when I was drinking, I was so used to drinking every day a good amount that my body was used to it. And I thought I felt great, right? I still get up at 5 a.m. I still worked out almost every day. And I thought I felt great. And the only reason I quit is because I had to take a lot of Pepsid AC, and my body was starting to show signs that maybe a bottle and a half a day is a lot. For the last 20 years.
I mean, it is just that's not a question.
And after I quit, after a few months, I was like, oh, I thought I felt great, but I had no fucking idea. This is awesome.
This is the thing. It's the
I feel like-
uncovering of this
Right?
new level. And listen, I have been drinking for 30 years. Right.
Oh,
When I
longer than that for
started
me.
drinking,
Yeah.
but see, I didn't
Right.
start
Oh, that's
drinking
right.
until
You're a
I was
late bloomer.
20.
Yeah, right.
But then I drank for 3 goddamn decades.
Right.
So I don't have a recollection other than when I was a teenager.
That's true.
Of what life was like with zero alcohol
That's a good
in it.
point.
You have
Right.
no. So what has happened to me now, this euphoric situation that I live in constantly is completely new. Because even if I wouldn't drink for pregnancies or for Lent,
It's not the same because
it's
you're
not
doing
the
it because
same.
it's bad. You're not
And also
free
you're doing
from
it and feeling like, oh, this period's going to be over
and you
soon.
can't wait for your next drink.
Whereas now
Right.
it's like I have left the building.
You're
I am
free.
living in a different island
Yeah.
that is tropical and wonderful, and I'm like happy. My friend,
And that's why, sorry to interrupt, but that's why we don't care being surrounded with booze.
Yes.
We just don't want it.
Yes.
I don't mind. I mean, I completely respect people that can't be around it. That's fine. They're not my tribe.
Yes.
I mean, I respect their issue. It's not my people. My
Yeah,
people like
yeah.
booze. I just happen to not want to put it in my body anymore because I feel better without
Right.
it. But
And
I
by
don't
the
mind it
way,
around.
that's okay. My friend Emily sent me this Instagram reel the other day. She's this fabulous, the reel she sent me is of this English girl who has pink hair. And I wish I had my phone right now so I could tell everybody who she is. But she's got pink hair and she's so cool. She's just like super, super
Right.
cool. And she's talking about how you embrace happiness in your life. And she was like, you should just, like, when you're out there walking on the street, just walk around pretending like you've just been fucked. And give off
That is
give off
great.
that aura of I just had the best shag of my life.
Oh my God.
So my friend Emily sent this to
This
me.
is
And
beautiful.
Emily sent it to me and she was like, this is how you walk around. You walk around constantly like you just had the best sex
Oh,
of
I would
your
like
life.
to. I would like to reward that. We know, as per last episode, that you walk around like you had the best private times ever. We know that's what it's called in the household. You
But I
put
just had a great
Irish
time.
and Jewish together, and you get yourself some private times.
But you know what's so funny is that like happiness. That happiness now is just so every day. It's
Right.
present every single day,
which is great.
and it wasn't before. I
No.
had plenty of happy times. Oh my God, I'm a super happy person. In
Right.
fact, oh my gosh, I used to get mocked by certain people in my life about, God, why are you always so happy and cheerful and optimistic and da-da-da? And I'm like, oh my God, well, what's the alternative?
But there was a lot more. I don't know about in your case, but in my case, although I've always been pretty happy, I feel as though when I was drinking, I wouldn't have thought that back then. But now in comparison, I'm like, whoa, there was a lot more sinus curves.
it's
it was a
roller-
lot more up and downs in my
roller
head.
coaster.
Then-
Did you
and
say
I-
sinus? Like your
Like
sinuses?
like a sinus. Jesus, I'm an engineer, baby. Like a sinus, the curve.
Oh,
Sinuidad. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm trying to bring
Listen,
this
I'm still getting
podcast-
over
the liquid
well
joy.
endowed and liquid joy.
And by the way, speaking on our worst Christmas, like, did you then, after the fact, like with my sister and stuff, obviously we moved on because she's literally one of the most important person in my life,
Yes.
except for my husband. But with your brother, did you ever witness or been part of a reconciliation after a drunken argument? Because if you would tape that reconciliation, like, I'm sorry, like if you tape it, you quickly realize that neither person is quite sure why the fuck they fought about to start with, right?
Yeah.
Because you'll see it's like...
Because you also
dude,
don't remember what was even said the day
You're
before.
like, I'm sorry for what I said, and you keep it, and the other person's like, well, yeah, you did say some pretty horrible things. Well, so did you. I know I said some horrible, but there's no details.
No. No, it's like, because actually we never remember
So we
what the
didn't
hell.
speak for 2 weeks that time, and both were pissed at the other, and neither one of us, I'm sure I'm speaking for her, but I'm pretty sure sure she also was pretty nebulous on what the hell I had done. Okay, we both weren't very sure.
I mean, I remember you rolled your eyes.
Oh, you know, I have this habit. Such an asshole. How did you reconcile with your brother? Or you don't speak since then?
No, it's not since. Gosh, we reconciled the next day.
Right.
I mean, I think we hugged it out over our respective
sharing the
awful
toilet
hangovers, you know. And we've had one of those relationships for 20 plus years where it's as close as can be. And then usually, if not every time, something related to his drinking has blown up the relationship and da-da-da. And we are currently, talk about a roller coaster, we are currently in a not communicating phase. Right. So I bear no ill will, harbor none of it.
It's just a pause.
It's you know, the cycle comes back around. But to talk about your roller coaster thing, that is the thing for me that I now have consistent joy.
Yes,
it's like it's not like some days I'm great, some days I'm terrible. Now it's like it's the wavelength of where my happiness, contentment, stress management. We still have stress. We still have all of these things. It's just now they don't freak me out anywhere nearly as much.
But the problem with that, another problem, the part I had to get accustomed to is that I've had days where I'm like, and then what? Because we get used to these up and downs.
Yes.
And the flatness, even though it's flat high, it's up.
Yes.
Right? There are still days where your brain's looking for these variations. Right. And you're like, no, it's okay if everything's just enki-dory and there's no big, right? There's no drama.
Yeah.
And you're right. Like there can be a lot of shit coming your way.
No more drama.
Yeah.
My kids laugh at me. A lot of my friends do that. I can always think of a song in a situation. But seriously, it's like, do you have a song for everything? I'm like, I do. I usually can like instantly get into a song.
What was your second worst Christmas? You said you had two.
Yeah. I mean, it was a variation. It was a variation on that involved. But also involved family, and it's like, so it was just as drunken. The hangover just wasn't.
So was that your worst hangover ever?
Remember last episode we talked about my father's funeral. So those two are definitely that, like they share the podium for first place.
My worst hangover, I know we're like taking tangent, and it's not on Christmas, but it could have been, but it wasn't. Was in London. First time, and that's one of those, like, Brooks and I went out, we weren't married, and we were going to London, and then we were flying to the south of France to visit his stepmother, which is my mother-in-law, and his dad, and I'd never met them.
Okay.
And we stumbled into this pub, and I had friends who lived in London, and he had friends who lived in London, and we invited all these friends, and I mean, the amount of booze that was drunk is a different level. So, and for me to have a hangover, you need to go at it pretty solid. I don't get hangovers very easily. It needs to be, so a bottle and a half didn't give me a hangover, so that gives you an idea.
Right.
The next day, these fucking English breakfasts, oh my God, I'll never forget. So I woke up. We're in this like 3-star hotel. We're young kids. We're like 32 years old. We don't have a lot of money. And we get up. And it's one of those where I'm like, oh shit, I don't feel so bad on 3 hours sleep and all that booze, right? So we're like, let's go have breakfast. And we go to the first place that's open because we had a flight to catch, not at Heathrow, at Gatwick.
At Gatwick, yeah.
So we go to the only place that's open, like 8 in the morning on a Saturday or whatnot. And all they had was this bloody like English breakfast with the sausage and the eggs and you name it.
Beans, fried, and everything is dripping. And the places that they serve English breakfast in are called greasy spoons. That's the name of them. I lived in London for 7 years.
I swallowed the spoon as well. So, and we're sitting and I'm thinking, well, I don't like that kind of stuff, but I'll eat it. I'm not hungover anywhere. I need to put something in my body. So I eat that. And then we get on there. I'm still thinking that I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, I'm feeling not normal, but I'm thinking this is a very light hangover. Until you take your shower and you're like, why can I not get rid of that weird sweat? You know, like that fucking...
It's because it's just emanating out of every pore.
And we get into this black cab to go to Gatwick. And after 2 turns, the hangover actually does hit. Now,
Oh.
I'd been drunk the last 3 hours. Now around 10 o'clock, the
Now
hangover.
you're
And I
hungover.
remember being in the airport, and last time I vomited because of alcohol, I was 15, right? But that one day, I told Brooks, go get like some crackers, something, because everything might come out. Like it did not, but it came so fucking close. By the time we land into the south of France in Perpignan, I'm like a sausage, sweating sausage sweat. Like all the wine I've drank the night before is like in my clothes, in my panties. It's sweating out of me. It's oozing. And I'm going to meet my in-laws for the first time.
Oh, for the first time.
First time. So I'm like, and my mother-in-law is British, my stepmother-in-law, and she's full of energy. And she's like, whisks me away. And I'm like,
is this the one that thinks Chablis is
yes.
non-alcoholic? Yeah.
Because she wanted to be friendly, nice to me. But they took us. And I'm still like, at this point, my worst hangover, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. Now it's like a 7 on 10 hangover. So I'm still well into a hangover and I haven't eaten anything since the morning. They whisked us to a party on the side of the ocean and they made paella full of shrimps. And I can't eat shellfish. I'm deadly allergic to it. Oh. So I had... what do you do when that happens? You're starving, you have a hangover. Well, fuck it, I'll drink rosé. And I remember I drank rosé and I had about 2 or 4 little pieces of salami. And I drank rosé from 5 o'clock on till 2 a.m. I went to bed. Now I think about this and I'm like, how did my inside not melt in a puddle of poop?
Yeah.
And just come out my body? It's like the shit you do, right?
I know. I know. And at the time, it's like what I am amazed by now is that it was the repetitiveness of doing
over
it.
And over
right?
and
It's like,
over.
and you did it one time and we're like, well,
Not too
apparently
bad.
that is terrible.
Right.
I'm never going to do that again. But then you're like, no, I'm going to do that again next month.
And sometimes
or next
a little
week.
worse even.
Yeah.
Or then you get these rules. Oh, well, last time I had a lot of red wine. This time I'll just have rosé.
Oh, gosh. Then you start all the qualifications of it, which you and I both agree don't work. I certainly didn't work for us. Works for some people, doesn't work for us. But listen, okay, worst is worst. Best is best.
Yes.
So that was like such a ridiculous sentence that I just said. Worst. It's like I'm one of those commentators.
True, but you were going to say your best
like,
Christmas.
I watch these people on TV saying things and I'm like, oh, that's very obvious, but thanks. Okay, so best. Look, it depends on how you think about best. I had a lot of amazing Christmases as a child.
Yeah,
right? Like I have a lot of great memories. We had also had some terrible ones, but some really great ones because my parents went to town on gifts. Like it was such a big deal at our house. But I would say, and then the Christmas that was... My son was born the next day. That was a pretty amazing Christmas.
Oh, wow.
I was like so heavily pregnant. And I was like, I cannot wait for my baby. And boom, the next day. But I have to say, it was last year.
Was it?
And I say that because I realize that last Christmas Day was the first Christmas Day in 30 years that I didn't have, not even like, after that ridiculous hangover, I never had a hangover like that again. And I'd never had a hangover on Christmas Day like that before. Like this was an isolated incident that will stay with me and torture me and haunt my nightmares for the rest of my life. But it was the first time that I hadn't even had some drink the night before on Christmas Eve, right? Or then started on Christmas Day with, it's noon, I'm cooking, I am having a glass of champagne. Noon, who am I kidding? You're absolutely fucking right. It's probably 10 o'clock in the morning. It's like, I've been up since 5, so I'm drinking champagne at 10 o'clock and it's fine and it's legit and it's Christmas.
Plus,
and why wouldn't I?
In it. It's like part
Throw
of
a little
breakfast,
champagne in there and you're good. This last Christmas, I remember every moment of it. I remember feeling nothing was overwhelming. I remember thinking, I don't want anything other than this.
Oh, that's so nice.
And it was, and I've told you, like, I am a big collector of beautiful vessels, crystal and things, and I have a lot of beautiful Waterford crystal, and my husband had bought for me, I don't know if it was that year or the year before. No, I think it was that year where I was just drinking sparkling water out of the most gorgeous Waterford crystal colored martini glasses.
Very nice.
And a little splash of OJ in there. And I'm just like, I loved it. And I was cooking and I had delicious NA wine. Oh my God, I bought that like super fancy.
Which one? Sauvi?
No, the French Bloom Cuvée one.
Oh, yeah, it's good. Very yeasty.
Very yeasty.
Yes.
In fact, maybe a little too yeasty for me.
The first sip, you're like, whoa. But
yeah,
then you get used
but
to
I
it.
also never really liked very heavily yeasty champagnes.
Okay,
so
yeah, it's
in real
yeasty.
champagne,
Right.
it wasn't. Anyway, I remember going to bed that night and thinking,
That's great. That
I
feeling.
am a fucking walking candy jar of bows and happiness. And I was like, I was literally I just remembered, look at me. I can't stop smiling when I think about it. And it's one of those, it's a euphoria that I didn't know was possible to sustain
until you do it
day in, day out.
And for those that like are interested in, let's say someone's like, man, I want to be high on what these girls are on. It doesn't happen right away. It takes like 3-4 months, don't you think?
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Actually, like after 6 months, because for me, like last year, my Christmas was my first sober Christmas. And it wasn't my best Christmas, but it was not my worst Christmas. But I wasn't feeling great. I was feeling a little out of place. I was not missing the booze.
Yeah.
But something had happened.
But you were figuring non-alcoholic life out.
And something had happened at Thanksgiving when I had people over with my sister and I. Like, she made a little comment and, I left early and she got mad at me for leaving early. And I was like, I've been hosting for 4 days. Like, that's so selfish. And I left anyway. And we left it at that. We never talked about it and everything's fine. And I can be a little sensitive. So at Christmas, I still had that with me. And I also was trying to figure out my place. Like everybody's like drinking and having a good time. And especially my sister, her husband, and my husband, we're all really good friends. So like now I'm like the one that's not drinking. And I felt excluded, not by them. I felt like I was excluding myself.
Yeah. Well, you're feeling I'm different now.
Right. But I no longer feel this way. I think I'm finding my footsteps on who I am. And, I think I'm still funny and all that. But like this was early on in my sobriety. It was maybe 3 months. I was still kind of figuring it out.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and wanting people to still love me and that, so I was feeling rejected. I was feeling a little bit sorry for myself. So it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the bad, and it was certainly not anyone's doing. It was me being in my bubble of trying to navigate.
Figuring it out.
Right. And I think your brain also, like on a physiological level, your brains, if you've drank heavily, like I did anyway, on a daily basis for a long time, it takes a while before it recalibrates.
Oh, a long time.
And so we need to be mindful of that. And thankfully, I'd read so much quit lit regarding the brain.
Me too, yes.
That you're like, okay, I've read about this.
Yeah.
It's normal. I need to be a little patient with myself. You know what I mean? So
yeah. And again, just why we're doing this is like, I know so many people who are going through this now. Like since my original I Quit Alcohol newsletter back in February of this year, I don't even know. I'm 20, 30 people that I know personally have said to me, I'm quitting or I'm reducing or I'm doing this. And one of my friends here the other day texted me and she was like, I've been reducing. And now I've decided, she's like, every time I hear one of your episodes, I'm like, oh, damn. So she's like, I'm done. I've decided I'm quitting. And then the other night she was like, I'm going to my first event.
Right.
And like tips, help me out. Like what, I don't know. I was like, she was like, I don't know what to expect. And I said, expect the unexpected because you have no idea how you're going to feel in this scenario. Just know, go in there with a plan. And the plan is I'm not drinking and stick to it and be yourself.
And unlike other drugs, because alcohol is a drug, we're not the ones saying that. The world agrees on that.
Yes.
Like everybody's cool with that definition of it. Is the only one that's so marketed so heavily that even I, who no longer drinks, said earlier, man, I'm not going to a party if nobody's drinking.
Right.
And I'm not even drinking.
Right.
It's still so ingrained in our mind.
So ingrained in society.
It's got to be part of the party. It's got to be. So,
but you know, the only way to shift the needle
that's right.
is more conversations
But
like
I
this.
still have work on that. Like, look, like when I say, people that don't drink are boring. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't drink. And you know, so we still, it's such ingrained in our mind, right?
Yeah. So much so. But listen, anyway, Christmas coming up. I love it. You know, the other thing that I love about Christmas more than most things I love, and you too, food, right?
Oh God.
I just freaking love food. And when you think about, I used to think about this before, and now it's like non-negotiable for me. I mean, if you said to me pie or Pinot Noir.
Oh, Pinot Noir. That's what I would have said.
You would
back
have
then.
always said Pinot Noir.
Absolutely. I don't even like desserts. So forget it.
I would have been, so the pie is the wrong thing.
Doesn't work.
But for me, I am such a lover of food that I would have often said, oh no, I don't think I could give up this food in order to get this drink.
I would have given up mayonnaise, which is my favorite thing in the universe,
You would.
French fries for booze back then. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See, I think I just love food too much. But and certainly here's how it affected me though.
Wow.
I have spent my entire life yo-yoing, being the weight I want, not being the weight I want, being in, you know, on stage, being like having to look a certain way constantly. I mean, I was a little ballerina when I was young. I had bulimia, like the whole like
I understand.
9 yards of everything. So I have spent my entire life counting calories and going, no. So what I would do is say, well, I am drinking tonight, which means I am going to have, and then of course I would say, I am having 3 glasses of wine
and a salad.
and I'm like, meanwhile, the 3 glasses of wine would end up being 6 glasses of wine. And then the salad would clearly not have been enough. So then I would be done with ready to go to bed. And I'm like, and now I'm starving. So I have to go into my pantry and eat a bag of chips.
Right.
It's, you know, so bad. But now I think about the fact that food and holiday food, oh my God, so good. I mean, I love that I don't have to think about calories.
Oh God. So it's so
done.
funny. It's so funny to say that. So it's not something I like to talk about but I'll say it. So I've always been naturally thin.
Yeah.
But when I got into
you don't have to apologize from that.
No,
that's your
it's not
metabolism.
It's not the part that I don't like to talk about because it just puts me in a, but I will just say it quickly. When I became a young engineer, young woman, that's not necessarily the path I want to take. I want to be a doctor. Long, complicated story. Point being is under stress, I became anorexic, which is the last thing I needed because I was always naturally thin.
Hell, we didn't even know this about each other.
No, we didn't even know that. And obviously I'm not anymore. I've been fine for like 25 years, but it lasted quite some time. And so unlike you, like I didn't eat, or if I ate a cucumber, that was too much and I would have to do something about it. But interestingly, when I quit drinking, and that's the only thing, so that's why I'm apologizing about that because people are going to want to beat me up, but I've more struggled to keep weight on all my life because I'm built thin.
Yes.
And when I quit drinking, I lost 5 pounds, and it doesn't matter what I eat. To your point, it's like you don't have to watch anything you eat. I mean, like when you quit drinking, you can eat anything you want. I mean,
no question.
Anything you want, like the fries, the mayonnaise, the whatever, you will not put the weight on.
Well, because your metabolism is working
properly. And the other thing about that too is I remember when I was drinking at the end of my drinking career, you know, I would have a lot of like diarrhea and stuff because I was drinking so much. And, you know, I do my own gardening and nutrition is very important for me because I think I scarred myself from these years of hating my body. So fucking,
God,
but listen,
so
it's a
awful.
way of having anxiety. It's an anxious reaction. So, but my point is, so it's almost like I want to apologize to my poor little body to have beat it up when it's been so good to me.
Yes.
So I give it like all this gardening food and it's all organic. And I remember I'd be making all these delicious food from the garden with all these great vitamins. And I'd be like, fuck, I'm flushing it down the toilet with this booze.
Right.
And I was thinking about that the last 2 years, how I'm putting all this effort and
and then it's being ruined by
like,
what you're putting down on top of it.
Right.
You know, the other thing that has massively changed for me, and again, read this in one of the many books that I read, is the taste of food. The taste
it does taste better
of food. It's not even that it's better. I still fucking hate
More
cilantro. I
vivid?
just hate cilantro
Oh, you're
more
one
than
of
I hate
those
it.
that it
I am
tastes soap?
absolutely a
It tastes
cilantro
like soap.
hater. I also hate
My
wasabi.
salsa verde
Any of the
doesn't have
things I
cilantro.
hated before, I still hate. But the level of, I don't know, it's the palate, the ability to taste everything so
Vividly.
crisply.
Right.
It is just like, I remember the other night I was eating a piece of caramel apple pie. And I remember just like eating it and just saying to myself, God, this is so good. And I am so happy right now. Just
That's
sitting
so
on
funny.
my couch eating a piece of pie
Right.
because it tasted so
good.
good.
I don't have a sweet tooth to like save myself, except now I like eat more chocolate, but that's it. I'm like a French fry, like mayonnaise kind of girl. I have a
Yeah.
fat tooth. But the one thing about booze and food, and I think that's why booze was invented for food, not to drink it with, but to make it. And actually, I was talking to my dear little mama that I love so much this morning, and we're going to make, every year her and I make bœuf bourguignon. Right?
Oh,
And obviously you
yum.
need to get, and it's not bullshit
One of my
when
favorites.
they say you have to use good wine. And
You
the
have to
more,
use good
the
wine.
better,
Yep.
the burgundy, the better your Bœuf Bourguignon. And anyways, I won't get into, my mom has a secret now that she's done to it, and it makes it even better. And you need more wine for it. And you get all the alcohol out of
course,
it, so it
it's
doesn't
cooked
matter.
out, yeah.
But one of my fondest memory of Bœuf Bourguignon and alcohol is my dear little mama about 15 years ago. So it's this time of the year, Christmas time. So
Yeah.
this is a good Christmas story. And so, you macerate it, and you cook it all day. And it was
Yeah.
going to be for nighttime. We were going to go snowshoeing under the moon and all that. So it needed to be ready. So we wake up bright and early in our and we start making
And
the
it
Bœuf
takes
Bourguignon.
hours. I've made it a couple of times. It's
And
intense.
so we're like doing it a lot. And then at the end, so it's around 9:00 a.m. And my mother doesn't really drink. She's a take it or leave it type.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there was one of those yesterday at Dorset Inn. The lady was drinking her glass of wine, and the whole dinner it was there. And I think she took one sip. And I looked at Brooks. I was like, "There's no way I could have done that.
Yeah,
one
yeah.
sip in like 3 hours." Anyway, so I'm digressing. So then she opened. I'm like, "We need good Burgundy." So I go in the cave, the wine cellar. I get a couple of bottles, and I open it. And even my mother, who doesn't drink, and it's 9 a.m, is like, "What? You need to have a glass." And I was like, "Really?"
Right, you've opened it. Why would you not be drinking it?
Then I'm like, "You're not, I wasn't going to do it not to look like an alky, but I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, man, if you're offering." And so, and then obviously I didn't stop all day, and that was fine. There was no drama that time. But my point is, I do think that alcohol has a place in society for cooking,
Yes.
like a good coq au
Yes.
vin.
Oh, yes. All
So
the good
I look
French food.
forward for making a Bœuf Bourguignon next week. And for Christmas, we're going to make a coq au vin blanc.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So good.
And we're going to make a huge batch, and I'm freezing little portions, so I'll bring you some.
Oh, please.
Yes.
I mean, beef, we call it beef bourguignon,
Right.
but bœuf bourguignon
Is even better.
sounds so much better.
Yeah.
I do the Julia Child's recipe for that.
I did that one, and I like my mother's recipe better.
Okay.
I mean, the Julia Child was good.
But like there is 550
500. It's like making tomato
steps.
sauce.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
right.
Hers
It's like-
has so many steps. My
Yeah.
mom's is much more easier. And actually, I've done a side-by-side tasting to friends. And when I was living in Brooklyn, I didn't say who was what. And everybody
Oh my God,
preferred
a
my
bœuf bourguignon
mom's.
cook-off. I love it.
They preferred my mom's to Julia Child's.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. I can't
So
wait to taste it.
Yeah, I know.
Can't wait to taste it.
So-
Well, this has been fun, and here comes Christmas, and we hope that everyone has an amazing holiday. It's just worth thinking about what you put in your glass, in your Christmas cup. And thank you for everyone who's listened and watched and sent us messages and told us that we have made you laugh, and told us that we've inspired you for certain things too. So please share. We're new and we're learning stuff with every episode.
Yes.
Which is kind of amazing. And I also can't believe we both learned today that we both had eating disorders.
I can't believe I
So
put
crazy.
that out there.
And Follow along, listen, share your thoughts and your stories. We can't wait for all of the different things that we're going to talk about. HappyAFpodcast.com, and we're on all the streaming platforms. And get yourself a little Christmas in a cup from Williams-Sonoma. I mean, eventually Williams-Sonoma is going to pay us to say these things because that's my favorite store.
Yeah, and I want to say stay happy as fuck. And if you've learned anything on this episode that's not something necessarily AF, be mindful of what you say in your family during the holidays.
So much so.
Everybody's a little sensitive during that time of the year. Just if you're angry about something, wait after Christmas. Don't air it out.
So
Don't
true.
air it out.
But it's like anything. Just, when you're mad about something, give it a day.
Give it a day.
And then you'll be less mad about it.
Because you'll regret
Guess what,
it.
though? You can't do that when you're drunk as shit.
It's more difficult. It's more difficult. And if you feel
you're like,
that
we are going to...
Right.
I mean, that night with my brother, we were like, we're not going to bed until we fix this. And it was like, well...
So maybe if you're having this, let's say you're drinking for Christmas and you're like, I'm going to fucking fix this problem. Maybe don't. Go in the basement, take Fido, the dog, with you. Go in the basement, take your booze and just drink it out and put yourself to bed. Like, don't do it.
Yeah. No, this is really good advice. And, use this. We wanted to talk about gifting as well. This is a great hostess gift, Christmas in a cup. And I'm going to send this to Trisha Yearwood. And if anybody's listening who knows Trisha Yearwood, could you tell her how much I love Christmas in a cup? How much I love her. And we will see you. Next episode will be for New Year's Day.
I hate New Year's Eve.
No, you do not.
I don't like New Year's Day. I've had a lot of bad hangovers on New Year's Day.
So we're going to talk about New Year's. We're going to talk about New Year's Eve and New Year's Day on the next episode. Thank you for listening. We love you. Follow along, share, subscribe. I'm Maxine.
I'm Isabelle.
And we'll see you next time on Happy AF.
Bye.
Mwah.